Good morning to all. Today, we were going to discuss one case law from Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This is the case relating to Section 65 and Section 10 of the IBC. What Section 65 says is that if any person files any application for initiating insolvency resolution, so this CARP application for otherwise than for the resolution process or liquidation process, that is, if the malicious intent the application is filed otherwise than for the resolution or liquidation process, that is with a malified intention to cheat the creditors, then the person who is filing the application, that is corporate debtor, is liable for a fine of rupees 1 lakh and which may extend to 1 crore. Is what Section 65 says. You all know that Section 10 is relating to initiation of corporate insolvency process by the corporate debtor themselves. This is the case where the company has filed an application for initiating corporate insolvency resolution process under Section 10. Already there was a case between income tax and the corporate debtor where there is a tax demand is there for more than 2.85 crores. Okay, 2.85 crores. The demand was, this order was upheld by the appellate authority, and the company, that is corporate debtor, has not filed any appeal. So it resulted in it is upheld that this amount to be paid to the income tax department. In spite of this liability is also shown in the balance sheet. In spite of this, the company has filed the application under Section 10 of the IBC. But going through all the documents and everything, the court has dismissed the application of Section 10 because it is filed with a malicious intent. It is for otherwise than for the insolvency. And they are levied a penalty of rupees 1 lakh against the corporate debtor. This is the case. Now we can see the case in detail. This is an order passed by the National Company Law Tribunal, Kolkata bench, in the matter of just go up. Go up. Just one line. Yes. Just one line go up. Not down. Just go up. Yes. This is the case filed by the Jayam Vyapar Private Limited. The observation given by the National Company Law Tribunal is corporate insolvency resolution process petition filed under Section 10 of the IBC is to avoiding income tax liability is not maintainable. With this observation, this application stands rejected. On 25/3/2023, Jayam Vyapar Private Limited filed a petition under Section 10 of IBC for initiation of CARP process. It had been assessed for the income tax for the assessment year 2012-13 and 2025/3/2015 with a tax demand of rupees 2.86 crores, including applicable interest and penalties as per the assessment order by the income tax officer of Kolkata. Further, an appeal was made to the committee. Against this order, the appeal was preferred by the corporate debtor against the order in the Commissioner of Income Tax Appellate Tribunals, Kolkata, who on 18/12/2018 dismissed the appeal. The appellate authority upheld the income tax demand and noted that income had escaped taxation due to money laundering. The corporate debtor has not challenged this order, which resulted in the finality of the appellate authority's order. The default date for income tax payment would be 18/12/2018. Consequently, if not, the date of assessment order, which is 25/3/2015. Despite this, the outstanding liability is still reflected in the company's books as of 31/3/2022. What the NCLT has observed in this matter is the National Company Law Tribunal, Kolkata, dismissed the CARP petition to be not maintainable and held that the CARP petition filed under Section 10 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code to avoid income tax liability is not maintainable. The tribunal observed that the CARP petition filed by the applicant appears to be filed to avoid income tax liability, especially when a finding exists that the income has escaped tax due to money laundering, which could lead to recovery from the directors of the company in terms of Section 179 of the Income Tax Act. The tribunal pointed out that applicant's application is not for the resolution for its insolvency, but rather is to scuttle the efforts of the Income Tax Department for recovery of its dues. It is also a settled position of law that NCLT is not a recovery tribunal. Moreover, the applicant has filed the Section 10 petition with a fraudulent and malicious intention. The reliance on Monotron Leasing Private Limited versus PM Cold Storage Private Limited, where it was observed that Section 65 of the IBC provides for penal action for initiating an insolvency resolution process with a fraudulent or malicious intent or for any purpose other than the resolution. So the application is filed not for the resolution of the insolvency, but it is filed to defraud the creditors or with any other malicious intent, then the tribunal can impose the penalty on the corporate debtor. So the tribunal observed that intent application is fit to invoke Section 65 of IBC. In conclusion, the tribunal imposed a penalty of rupees 1 lakh on corporate applicant, directing it to be deposited to the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund within 10 days. Yes. So this is the order passed by the National Company Law Tribunal, where the application is filed by this corporate debtor to avoid the income tax liability. So once the company goes for insolvency, we all know that the income tax dues and other things will come as an operational debt. Nothing the income tax department will get, or even if it receives, it is very less amount compared to its tax amount. So this application is clearly filed for the avoiding the income tax liability. It is well established. Therefore, the application is dismissed and the corporate debtor is penalized to pay rupees 1 lakh to the Prime Minister Relief Fund. So this is the order passed by the National Company Law Tribunal, Kolkata Bench. Any doubt on this, you can ask me now.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, in this in this case, the judgment is come that the company have to pay the penalty of 1 lakh rupees to the
Prime Minister's Relief Fund. Yes, they have to comply with this order because they imposed the cost on the company now. You have filed this application with a malicious intent. You have wasted the court time. Your intention is it's a guilty. It's a guilty established. So you have to pay a penalty of 1 lakh. It's a minimum amount. They can impose the penalty up to rupees 1 crore, but they imposed a minimum penalty of 1 lakh. Okay. So the company should be careful. They should not do like this.
Okay,
they have to make the payment to PMRF and they have to show this receipt to the National Company Law Tribunal bench by filing an additional affidavit or anything like compliance of the order.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Who is taking next session? Is anybody?
Sir, no, Saket will have to take the next session, but he is not here. So we will continue from tomorrow.
So tomorrow, I think here I have to leave for my hometown for Pongal festival. Okay.
Okay.
So it
My camera on kar raha hu.
maybe I will be returning only on Tuesday. By Tuesday, we will have the session.